Get your own dipping sauce next time.
All right. We're rolling in 3, 2, 1. Welcome home, boys.
It feels good to be home.
It feels real good to be home.
I never left.
Welcome back to another edition of Behind the Blind, brought to you by Tetra Hearing. Make sure you check him out at tetrahearing.com. We got Nate Myer from Valley Oaks and Heartland Waterfowl, Alex Dicedue, Heartland Waterfowl. I'm Ronnie Phillips from Heartland Waterfowl, and special guest from Broken Wing, Lou.
What's going on? There it is. There's the applause.
Yeah. Hey, so this is pretty cool because we are bringing you Behind the Blind from Heartland Waterfowl Global Headquarters here in Missouri. And this is our first episode of 4 that we're going to be doing while we're filming here at home. And we're doing something a little bit unique and kind of going out of our comfort zone because it's been real important over the last 2 years that we get really aggressive with our YouTube initiative, that we felt like we wanted to collaborate with some like-minded guys in a different part of the country who've been successful with what they're doing on their YouTube channel. And Dakota, who I guess through networking, reached out to you, Luke, and now you and your boy Hunter are here. Where are you guys from?
Yeah, so me and Hunter, we're both within 40 minutes of each other. And I met Hunter through a good buddy, but we're 40 minutes south of the metro in Minnesota, so southern Minnesota. And we hunt together a little bit. He kind of has his own thing going, and I got my own thing. And it kind of worked out that he came with me on this trip that Dakota invited me on. So
cool.
I'm glad to be here.
What's his thing that he's got going on? We might as well promote that too.
Yeah, so he just kind of has his Instagram and does freelance stuff for some other companies. He's really good at editing shorts and Instagram reels, TikToks, kind of the short form videos instead of the long form YouTube stuff. So he's pretty talented at that and good with the camera for his age.
But you guys work together a lot for Broken Wing?
No, actually that's kind of all me. So Broken Wing's kind of my own thing.
Okay.
And then on trips like this, kind of I invite him and he's helps me out filming and stuff. So
nice.
When he's free.
So you need to get on over when you get done watching this to the Broken Wing YouTube channel. Hit subscribe, hit that notifications bell, go check out their content, and they're going to be with us. How long are you guys going to be here?
Until Sunday, straight up to the
sweet.
end. Season's open until Sunday, right?
So
Sunday's
for
the last day.
For the rest of the week. As
for everybody else.
we record this on a Wednesday. We're stoked to have you here, so really appreciate it.
I appreciate the invite.
Before we get into more of what we're going to be doing with you guys, we also want to I'm going to screw up the name. Justin and Dan Yeager, right?
Yes.
So they were the winners of the big. Yeah, what a name, by the way. Do they drink Jaeger?
I think no, they don't. Bush Light is a Dan's drink of choice.
No Jaeger bombs on this trip.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, anyway, so they Justin won the hunt with us, and thanks to Valley Oaks for hosting the hunt. And so they're going to be joining us in camp, I guess, tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll have them out. And so there's just a lot going on with Justin and Dan. And you got Luke and Hunter from Broken Wing that are here. And then Nate from Valley Oaks, he's the one who helps us host, or he hosts us for all the home hunts. And we've actually been out the last couple of days. Been a little bit tough, Nate. Why don't you explain why?
Mother Nature dealt us some cards again.
Yeah.
We got hit with a big cold front Sunday, and the birds just have not moved in the last 3 days. And it's just been kind of the motto of the season. I've been telling everybody, consistently inconsistent.
Right. The good news is that we got a warm up though.
Yeah, our jam's about to happen.
Right, tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, Friday's looking a little scary with 10 in the morning, but it's going to warm up quick, so hopefully they don't do it. I think
it's what, 40s, mid-40s or so on
mid-40s on Friday.
Yeah.
But that 10 in the morning, like it's going to be like today. Like, are they going to go? Or do you need to hunt a few in the afternoon? But
it's supposed to be like 50 on Saturday, I saw, right?
Yeah.
50 with 20 to 30 on a juice pond, so we'll be good.
Saturday's going to be...
Yeah, that's warm, man. Me and Hunter, we just came from Minnesota, like I said, and it was -2 when we left. So we came down here, and it was 30-something degrees.
You got your shorts
36.
and your flip-flops on.
And we're like, dang, man, it feels like spring, you know?
Right.
And it's February, but it's a nice little warm-up for us. But once that sun went down this evening, that chill came back. So it'll be nice this weekend.
What is the setup for tomorrow morning's hunt?
My favorite. Big loaf rig. big ice, low.
Lots of sleeper shells.
Lots of sleeper shells. Lots of sleeper shells on the ice.
Okay.
Well, our hole will probably be a little bit bigger than what we had today.
Which is pretty small.
That's what I want, though. I mean, most of your geese tomorrow are going to be sitting on ponds. They're going to be frozen anyways. So we could hunt just straight ice, but just throwing that little bit of water out there just gives it a little bit more glimmer. And
has the water been open for a few days? Have they been getting in there and using it?
We just opened it tonight.
Oh, tonight. Okay.
You just went tonight. So what is it, 10 o'clock almost? So 5 hours ago.
5 hours,
Put 2 rippers in. So those will run all night. So, I mean, 2 rippers running all night is going to give you a pretty significant hole. So then we show up tomorrow, obviously let them run because it's not like they're going to fly first thing in the morning. So we'll be able to have time to set the blinds, have a good hide, run all our decoys, run all our sleeper shells, kind of like we did this morning. But you guys saw a decent amount of birds flying tonight, right? They finally went and fed tonight with a half hour left or so.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow being sunny and a lot warmer. I think we got a pretty decent wind.
6 to 8.
So no decent wind.
No. But that's what they said this morning, though. And it
was pretty windy.
Was pretty windy for what
they
were calling for.
They're wrong. They're always wrong.
They're always wrong.
Because it started off light and variable was what it was originally forecasted for. Then we ended up with what we had today.
Yep.
There's a lot of. Let me digress a second. There's not as many birds here
as there should be,
as there usually is every year this time. I mean, this last week of the Missouri goose season is usually just ridiculous.
This is prime time typically for us.
I feel like we're sitting on December's numbers. Like that front we had at Christmas that locked everything up. I mean, it was insane. I mean, we had fields with 10,000 birds feeding in it, and I couldn't hunt it because I didn't have clients yet. And I'm going, I hope this is setting the stage for what's going to come to January. No, complete opposite.
Right.
We warmed up, geese spread out. Lost geese to the north, south, wherever. I don't know where they're at because nobody knows where they're at. It seems like they're just real spread out.
It's almost like they're migrating south, and then they're doing the reverse, and they're going back north, and they get hit with another cold front and going back south, and they're just kind of
it's up and down
back and forth.
Month.
Right.
And that cold front hit like everywhere too. Like
it was
the entire country.
From up in North Dakota. I was in North Dakota at the time. You know, I mean, Minnesota all the way down here, Missouri. Like, I don't know how far south it went, but
all the way to Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, Arkansas had the most mallards they've ever had in January this time.
Right.
Yeah. So it's
actually, it'd been the week before. Well, I see what you're saying, but yeah, the week of Christmas is when it hit here. We were actually at Tornado Alley. Was it 25, 30 below wind chill?
Yep.
And oh my gosh,
nasty.
but that day on that creek was phenomenal. Anyway, what I was getting ready to say was, although the numbers aren't what they typically are this time of year, it doesn't mean that we don't have birds. There are birds here, and there are huntable numbers, and there is a pretty good possibility that we're not going to be just getting into the darks. There is an opportunity that we might even
tomorrow we should, if we see the specs that we saw Tuesday night,
right?
So there's
with
a
that
lot
open
of
water
specs around.
Yeah, because everything else is locked up. So hopefully that will entice them to come give us a serious look. And we got Bobby Hayes from Ducklander Calls, who is phenomenal on a spec call. And
he can rip on it.
Oh my gosh, that guy! And he makes a great call, regardless if it's a spec call, goose call, duck call. I mean, the guy's a wizard at making waterfowl calls. So check them out. But Bobby will be with us tomorrow.
That's the kind of like, I think at least I know we've talked about it. Like all of our kind of favorite thing about hunting at home is like, you get to hunt with everybody, right? Some people that you don't get, we haven't got to hunt with Bobby all year.
Right.
Hunsucker came out this morning. I think he's going to come out a couple more times this year. We got to hunt with Matt Bankston. Like, so you get to hunt with people that you don't usually get to hunt, right? We're traveling, we're doing different stuff. People are busy, but when you come home, it's kind of like you're at we're at our headquarters of whatever you called it, right? So
HW Global
HW Global Headquarters. So you get to see and you get to hunt with people that you typically maybe are, you're so busy traveling and stuff you don't get to spend that time with. So that's kind of the big benefit about being at home is, we're familiar with the places that we're hunting. We've hunted a lot of these places for years and years and years. So you have history with it, when to hunt it, kind of what to expect, and you get to do it with the people that you want to hunt with it,
Well, that's like with us just coming off guiding because I don't get to travel like I used to in January when I started the business. And now I look forward, this is my week that I get to hunt with friends, family, everybody that I've had to miss out because we're running clients and can't bring them along.
Right.
I mean, we were literally just talking about how, before the Valley Oaks thing, like it was like every day we were going out and driving and scouting and hunting and, you You get busy,
and you're only hunting when the weather's right. Then now it's like you got to hunt every day, and it starts to take a toll on you because you know you're not going to get them. You got to put a smile on your face, and
try it.
They ask you like, "Are we going to get them?" And I'm like, "Not today."
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, if we shoot them today, it's a bonus. Like we got something in the works in your 3 days.
You got to go into it
today's
with your
not the
hopes
day.
low.
Yeah,
And then if
I
you
definitely
get 'em,
set the
then
bar
it's-
real
it's way
low.
if you
better.
set the bar low, it's only going up from there.
Yeah, exactly.
So the last 2 days we got our ass handed to us. There's no doubt about that, but it's looking up. And what I would encourage you, if you're watching, is that with this YouTube initiative that we have, every time we, now that we have everybody here, it didn't work out the last 2 days, but now that everybody's here and the rest of the group is going to be here tomorrow, whenever we go out and hunt, regardless of how we do, we're going to turn around a very polished production, Heartland style video in short form like we've been doing throughout the last 2 years. And so you're going to see probably so if we hunt tomorrow morning, it will be the following morning that hunt will come out. And so be sure that you keep coming back to the Heartland Waterfowl YouTube channel. In fact, you guys will be posting some videos from your hunt or our hunt with your hunt. The hunt
Everyone's
with us.
hunt.
Everyone's hunt. You guys will also be, Hunter will be filming, and you guys will be making videos that they can see that also on Broken Wing, right?
Yep. So tomorrow's hunt, hopefully, it's going to be successful. And that one will be up this following Monday. So
Okay. That's what that was my next question.
Early next week.
You guys usually have pretty quick turnaround time with your videos?
Yeah, it depends on what we're filming, but if I don't, I'm trying to post twice a week right now.
Okay.
Mondays and Wednesdays kind of is my thing. But if I don't have a video to post, it'll be as soon as the same day as I film the video. If I'm done by 10, 11 a.m. and can edit it, it usually takes about 4 to 6 hours to edit a video, depending on, how crazy I go or what it is.
Yep.
You guys go really crazy with the cinematic and, you guys are TV style and that stuff's awesome to watch. But
Thank you.
that stuff takes a little bit longer to edit and a lot more work into that.
Unless you're DT.
Shout out to Dakota.
He's the wizard. Which, by the way, I'm gonna give a quick plug here because you brought up Michael Hunsucker. Dakota and Q on the Juice podcast just did an interview this week with Michael Hunsucker that came out. So make sure you go check that out. Let me promote the Juice podcast. All right, so I want to get to know a little bit more.
I got another shout out real quick.
Yeah.
Since we were talking about rippers in Valley Oaks, shout out to Jaden and Grant for putting out a ripper in one of my ponds tonight.
Oh, Jaden and
Yeah, they headed out there late. They went out at like quarter to 9 o'clock. I'm like, dang, you guys are crazy.
They got the grunt work, so if there's something we need done, they definitely are always happy to do it.
That's nice of them.
we might talk about tomorrow night on Behind the Blind how there's a particular individual who guides for Valley Oaks who is a very good individual, hard worker, but kind of shy. And when you take him out into a bar, he might be a little on the shy side of asking a girl for, which apparently you don't ask for phone numbers anymore.
No Snapchats.
You just ask for their
kids.
Snapchat.
That's where it's at.
You try to find a good bro like that guy who's going to have your back, that once you're in the truck, you can send him, hey, man, I'm a little scared to get her Snapchat. Will you go in there and ask her for it? So I just got the middle finger salute. Anyway, that's on the next episode of Behind the Blind, so make sure you tune back for that. Back to Broken Wing. So when did you guys start that?
So I started Broken Wing. My Instagram started as Broken Wing Waterfowl, and then I just recently, in the last couple of years, changed it to Broken Wing Films because I kind of started the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy John from Mindak, but he kind of got me into the YouTube stuff. He started a while ago.
You guys collaborate quite a bit because they got a pretty good following too.
Yeah, he's a very good friend of mine. Him and Smack 'em Outdoors, they're more of like a waterfowl-based channel.
Sure.
And based out of North Dakota, but they've been good buddies of mine for a while now. And
So when did the YouTube series start?
For me, I think it was a little over 2 years ago. So
Okay.
I've been going strong for a little over 2 falls now.
Right.
But mostly it was just the Instagram. So in high school, I started an Instagram, like I said, called Broken Wing Waterfowl, and it was mostly photography stuff. And I would just kind of post pictures a few times a week, and that kind of took off. People like that. I had like 50,000 followers on there. And after that, I got into the construction trade, and that kind of slowed down. Instagram, I wasn't making too much.
You had to
money
get a
or
real
anything.
job for a while.
Yeah,
Right.
I had to do big boy stuff, and then I actually met John through the Smack 'em guys. We collabed and kind of hunted together, and both of them kind of told me, for probably 6 months, like, you need to start doing YouTube. You have your Instagram following, like,
Sure.
if you want to do the social media stuff, you got to step your game up and hit different platforms. So they talked me into it, and now here I am.
So
Take it off.
did you always did you start waterfowl hunting at an early age? And where did your inspiration come from to start creating content?
So my dad and uncle, they got me into it at very young. So he took me deer hunting like during youth mentor hunts and stuff. When I was 10, I shot my first deer with a bow.
Nice.
And then he got me into duck and goose hunting at the same age, turkey hunt, everything. So big shout out to them for getting me into it when I was super young. And then pretty much I wanted to do what I love to do. And that was the only thing I could think of. And then my grandma and stuff told me, like, find a way to make money at doing what you love.
Sure.
And like I said, shout out to Smackham and John for getting me to do YouTube stuff.
So is that where did the photography, cinematography experience come from? Did you have other people, and was it those guys that you kind of learned from?
Yeah, it was those guys. So Colin Clary from Smackham, he did Instagram stuff. He grew Instagram pages and stuff in high school, and I was good friends with him in high school in like 10th grade, 11th grade. And he kind of talked me into it. He had like 60,000 followers on Instagram, and we're like 14 years old. And I'm like, dang, man, that's crazy. You know, I thought that was so cool.
Sure.
And he kind of showed me the way and how to grow an Instagram page, and it all started there. And I would share a lot of people's pictures that would send them in and stuff to be featured on my page. And then it kind of turned into me like, I have to learn how to take my own pictures too. If I want this to go anywhere, I need to learn how to use a camera, not just post other people's stuff.
So how did you do?
Came from there.
Where did you get that experience from, or how did you learn?
Honestly, most of it came from
trial
YouTube.
and error.
Yeah, YouTube, looking up forums and
tutorials.
Researching. Yep, exactly. Looking everything up online and figuring out how to run a camera, what all the settings mean. And then as soon as I got decent at taking pictures, now, you know, as you know, everything switched to video. Everyone wants to see shorts. Everyone wants to be on YouTube, TikTok, Reels.
Yeah.
So now it's all changing. You know, a lot of talented people that know how to take pictures. Now they have to learn how to video. And it's kind of a whole different ballpark for a lot of different people. It was for me. And I'm still not super talented at it, but still learning. Obviously, there's a lot to learn.
Oh yeah.
But so I have a question. Did I interrupt you?
No, I mean, I was going to take a dig at you, just basically saying like, how funny how
so
times
anyway,
have changed.
as I was getting ready to say, go ahead.
He's talking about like, I was 14, 15 years old, and people had their job as like they were growing Instagram pages at 14 years old when you were working at Dairy Queen for 25 cents an hour. It's just times have changed drastically.
Wow.
Did you actually work at Dairy Queen?
I never did.
Okay.
It sounds good though, right?
Nah, it sounds pretty pathetic actually, but especially at 25 cents an hour.
I could see him in one of those Dairy Queen hats.
He would make a mean blizzard.
I think I would look better in roller skates working at Sonic. I digress. Anyway, now I can't remember where I was going with the next question. Yeah, you really threw me off track. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. So I don't know how much of this next question or the answer to this next question is going to be compelling to those who are watching, but I'm going to ask anyway. You know, we've been aggressive in this YouTube game for the last 2 years. We're in our second year of being real aggressive with this, and this podcast being Behind the Blind is our first year of doing this. What was it that you saw in your evolution of starting from Instagram to YouTube to where the thing really started to take off? What was it, a certain piece of content, or was it a certain collaboration? Where did you feel like the thing really started to escalate for you?
Honestly, I would say once I started researching stuff and figuring out kind of how to grow on Instagram or YouTube, I should say. Yeah. That's kind of where it took off. So I learned, like, you know, you have to think about what people want to watch, what people are going to click on. The first thing they see is your thumbnail. Mm-hmm. So the first thing they're going to see when they're scrolling through YouTube is your thumbnail. So you got to do something interesting and really think about what you're going to film. You know, are you going to film the same thing that everybody else is filming, or are you going to kind of branch off and think about what someone hasn't done and what someone kind of would be interested and want to see? So for me, it's like, I mean, a lot of people are filming the hunting stuff and doing the same stuff and trying to have YouTube channels and all that. And I was one of them, you know. I was lucky enough to start a couple of years ago, kind of around the time that you guys started getting into the YouTube stuff. Yeah. And I would just kind of post the same content, just like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, because you know what you know, right? Yeah, welcome back and film. But then I kind of figured out, like, if I want to get better views, I need to get a little more into it. And it helped me a lot listening to a lot of podcasts like Mr. Beast and like a lot of the huge YouTubers, you know, that are like, we have 10,000 hours plus at least, like, just investigating. You're looking at analytics. You're looking at where people are losing interest in your YouTube videos and what you're doing in your YouTube video for them to lose interest at that time and all that stuff. And you kind of just like putting stuff together, and then you find out what works, you know.
I think there's definitely a lot more intricacy and like detail that goes into it, right? It's not like, oh, I can just make a video and throw it on YouTube and it'll be popular. Like they're actually
There's a method to the madness.
There definitely is. There's a damn science to figuring out exactly when to post, what to post, how to post it, and it's difficult. It's not an easy thing. Like you can't. If anyone's watching this and think, well, I can do that stuff, right? I can just make a YouTube video and throw it up. Like, it's not that easy. It's difficult.
Well, I mean, making one and throwing it up is easy. It's the results that are not as easy. Right. Exactly. That's the part that's not easy. Are you pretty consistent? Like, is there a particular day and time that you post every single? And then obviously, you're probably looking into the back end of your YouTube studio to find out when your peak view times are, right? And is that how you're posting, or are you consistently posting on those particular times?
Yep. Yeah. So like I said, I switched to kind of Monday, Wednesday schedule. Sometimes if I had a lot of videos, I would do like Sunday and Tuesday, Thursday, 3 times a week. But views kind of later in the week go down a little bit from what I've noticed, because from what I think, people are going out on Friday, Saturday night. And then Sunday they kind of have stuff to do, but Sunday night most people are in bed getting ready for the work week, whatever, and you'll get more views on your videos. Same thing with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's kind of middle of the week. They're at home relaxing, and they'll watch your stuff. And then kind of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they're out with buddies or doing stuff, and then kind of the views go down a little bit. And, I mean, some of the bigger YouTubers like Mr. Beast and stuff, like they have the crazy thumbnails and all this stuff to where it doesn't really matter when they post. But for me, I noticed like evening time after work, like 5 p.m. on probably Sunday to Wednesday is kind of the best time for me for engagement.
Okay.
But that's just what I've noticed on my channel. Obviously, other content and different channels like might post at different times, And then I noticed the short stuff is different. So YouTube started doing short stuff, like TikTok, and that stuff's different. So, like, I've gotten better view results on those midday, around lunch. People will go on their lunch break, and they'll scroll through TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts on their lunch break because they're so fast to watch, They don't want to watch a 15, 20-minute video. So, Shorts sometimes have done better for me midday, right before noon or 1 in the afternoon, something like that, and not evening. But the long-term or the long-form videos, I should say, have done better for me personally in the evening.
Right.
So,
and the thing about the YouTube channel stuff is that everybody kind of has their niche, right? Like you have your thing that you're trying to do different than maybe the Mindak guys are and the Smack 'em Outdoor guys. Ours is more of a very, true to the brand, the Heartland brand, with the cinematography and telling an authentic, experience. That's, and then of course turning it around within 12 to 24 hours from the a very polished production. That's our niche. That's what we're trying to do from our aggressive angle.
For sure.
What is it that you would say Broken Wing is doing that is unique? I don't like using the word different, but unique from what maybe not that what anybody else is doing is wrong.
Right.
But what are you doing that is unique from what others are doing?
Honestly, I love bow fishing. Like, kind of bow fishing is my thing. Like, I love bow fishing. I actually just did a couple videos this winter bow fishing through the ice. So there's a couple states that bow fishing is legal for, like, northern pike and game fish in most other states. I mean, it's still a game fish in South Dakota and North Dakota, but there are a couple states that it is legal in, and South Dakota is one of those. So I've been doing some bow fishing through the ice.
Are you typically, you got somebody who comes with you and films you, or are you doing POV stuff, like point of view, or both?
Yeah, so usually on my channel, I'll vlog everything myself pretty much. Like I said, especially except on this trip, I should say, Hunter's with me, but so he'll help me out a little bit. But usually, I'm vlogging everything. I have my camera on tripods. I'll mount the GoPro somewhere. So usually it's all me holding the camera and doing everything. So, but if someone's there, like the Mindak guys, they'll help me once in a while, But
do you collaborate a lot, like we're doing with you? Because this is our first time doing that, collaborating with another YouTube channel.
Literally just with buddies, just with Smack 'em and Mindak, and then my other buddy Sweary. But just a few friends that have YouTube channels I'll collaborate with, but not really anyone that I didn't know.
And that collaboration looks a lot like what we're doing with you, right? Like they're promoting you, you're promoting them.
Yeah, it's just like a buddy thing. Like we're there hanging out, and
Sweet.
So
sounds like we need to go bow fishing is what it sounds like.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad about that. I've never done it.
Yeah, it's fun. There's not a, that's not like unique to me. I didn't start that, but I love doing bow stuff. Like I said, when I was younger, my dad got me on my first youth hunt for deer archery, and my dad was huge into archery. And then back then when my dad was younger, that was all instinctive stuff. So they didn't have sights or anything, you know. Yep. So I got into it without sights right away and stuff. So I love using the recurve and shooting the recurve. And I actually watched Tim Wells. Have you seen him on YouTube?
Oh, the Slock Master?
Yes, the Slock Master, baby. He's like,
he's the master.
Yeah, I watch his stuff all the time.
We'll
it's
get
so
Sydney
awesome,
Wells on this
man.
podcast one day.
One day. But yeah, that stuff's so awesome. Like that motivated me so much. So this year I have a video on my channel where I shot my first goose with a bow and everything, and then I snow goose hunted with a bow up in Canada.
Wow.
And then the bow fishing stuff. But people on my channel love the bow content. So my channel has a big fan base for the archery stuff and bow fishing especially. So that's been my bread and butter kind of. People love the bow content on my channel.
So what is it going to look like with you and Hunter here? Like tomorrow's Thursday, so you're hunting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
And you're filming all 4 of those days.
Yeah.
Is that 4 episodes? Is that combined footage for 1 episode? What is that going to look like when people go to the Broken Wing YouTube channel?
Yeah, so if you guys head over to BW Films on YouTube, you'll get to see, like I said, tomorrow's hunt, hopefully. If we shoot some birds, I mean, it is hunting. And it's been kind of tough.
Yeah.
When we shoot some birds.
Yeah.
We're lying to you.
We're going to go and do this with our heads up.
That's right.
But it has been tough. But yeah, ideally, I mean, if we shoot a few birds, like we could cook them back at the cabin, you know, and do a little tour of the cabin back there. And we're going to try to make 4 episodes on the channel.
Perfect.
Of that. So, and then I have Hunter with me, like he said, the Hunter Dylan on Instagram, but he's going to be making me some.
Look at that plug.
Yeah, he's going to be making me some shorts and stuff. So he came along to make me shorts because I'm not as talented, like I said, making all that stuff. So he's awesome with that. So
Sweet.
Shout out to him for coming with.
And any other big plans in the future for what you got going on with that channel?
Yeah, I want to start some stuff for my brand. So kind of branch out and make some stuff that's in the works that I don't want to talk about yet.
Okay, all right.
Not really top secret, but yeah,
well,
I have
really
a couple ideas.
What that means is that you need to go follow BW Films.
Yeah,
right.
BW Films on YouTube and Broken Wing Films on Instagram. But
okay, and then there will be an announcement in the very near future, right?
yes,
Sweet.
Probably within a year or so. But
all right,
once I get it planned a little more,
cool.
Takes a lot of time.
Well, I'm ecstatic to have you here, and I'm like a sponge. I know everybody else is, especially Dakota and Q. We're a sponge to learn from you. I mean, so we sometimes get treated because we've been doing TV for 10 years, like we've got it all figured out, and we never want to conduct ourselves like that. Whether it's waterfowl hunting, whether it's producing, creating content, we want to surround ourselves with like-minded good dudes who we can pull inspiration from and knowledge from, and if we can offer some of that in return, then and so we're thrilled to have you here, bro.
Yeah. Like I said, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. It's good to come shoot some geese because I've been ice fishing for about the last month, and it's nice to get back into it.
Yeah,
felt like hunting season was over.
If it goes really, really bad, we'll just blame Nate. This is easy. We have a fall
That's true.
Got the fall guy now.
I wish John could have came from Mindak. That's who originally Dakota was talking to.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a lot more established on YouTube. He's been in it a lot longer than me, you know.
We haven't forgot about you guys. That in the near future, we'd love to collaborate with you too.
Definitely.
So
yeah, you guys are missing out, man. You should have came down, John. Y'all are missing out.
Exactly.
But yeah, you could probably get a lot more information from them. So
all right.
in the future, next year.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I guess that's really all I've got. You guys got anything else?
No, I'm ready to shoot some geese.
Let's get after it.
They cooperate.
Should
We're
be
gonna
really
need some sleep.
Yeah, definitely. It should be good for tomorrow. Actually, it really lines up to be really good for the next 4 days. And so make sure you keep checking back. Subscribe to the Heartland Waterfowl YouTube channel. Hit that notifications bell. There's going to be a lot of content coming to you within 12 to 24 hours of when it's actually filmed and produced. And so we're excited to get that to you. And then that doesn't really round out our season because we still have another trip. In fact, we actually have 2 more trips. So we have Tornado Alley next week in Kansas to finish out the Kansas season. And then the hope is that we're going to go back to Saskatchewan to catch the spring snows coming back to their nesting grounds the first week of May or somewhere right around there. So looking forward to that. All right. So for Nate Myer from Valley Oaks and Heartland Waterfowl, and Luke from BW Films, and Alex Dicedue from Heartland Waterfowl, I'm Ronnie Phillips. Thank you, Tetra Herring, for being a proud sponsor of Behind the Blind.
Let's go shoot some geese.
Let's get 'em.